Hi, this is Sandy Pradis of Joyful Heart Yoga, and today I have some yoga that you can do while you're sitting in your airplane seat. So we're in a very confined space, and if this guy in front of us leans back, then we're in even more confined space. And just a word about leaning back. It's really not a good idea to do that. Not only does it upset the person behind you because they're already very cramped, but it's not good for your back. When you lean back, you're putting a lot of pressure on your lower vertebra. So it's much healthier and you're going to get a lot stronger if you sit up tall and engage your core. So just the act of sitting up is going to use our core muscles, and we'll get stronger and stronger, and that's going to support your back all the way through the rest of your life. So we're just going to go head to toe and see what we can do in this small amount of space. So we're going to start with the neck, and you're going to exhale, lower your chin toward your chest, and then inhale, lift your chin. And you don't want to go all the way to the ceiling. You want to just lift enough to get a nice long neck, a little stretch. You don't want to put any pressure on your neck. So it's exhale, lower chin towards chest. Inhale, lift. Just a little bit. And when we nod our head this way, we tend to use the same one vertebra all the time and put a lot of wear and tear on that. So try to imagine that you're rolling through each one of those cervical vertebrae. So you're kind of rolling up through that little piece of spine in your neck, and then you can tuck the chin slightly back and roll down. So it's inhale, roll up, exhale down. And you can do that a few times, and then we're going to come back to center. And your chin's going to stay parallel to the floor, so you're not going to lift your chin, you're not going to lower it, you're just looking straight ahead. Relax your shoulders, and then exhale, turn your head to one side. You're just going as far as you can comfortably. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the other side. And we'll do that a couple of times. And back at center, my favorite one for the neck, you're going to drop your chin and roll your left ear over your left shoulder. So your head's just kind of hanging off to the side. And then imagine you have a little pencil or a paintbrush on the tip of your nose. And you're going to draw some circles here. Just little circles. So your chin's going to stay in a downward motion. You're not going to lift your chin up toward the ceiling. And then draw those circles in the other direction. Keep breathing. And doing this yoga breathing is going to help you to relax on your flight also. Then we're going to bring the chin through center, the right ear over the right shoulder. Same thing, you're just hanging your head over there. You have that little pencil on the tip of your nose, you're drawing some circles. And you're breathing. And we'll change direction. And then come on back to center. And we're going to let our hands rest on our thighs. And we're going to exhale round the back. And then inhale, lift the chest and press forward. So you're arching your back. So you're going to round and arch. And it might not be that you can move as freely as you could if you weren't sitting in this chair or an airplane seat, but you can get a good stretch. So it's going to make you feel better. Sitting in this position for a long period of time is really bad for you because it's freezing our joints up at 90-degree angles. Even our arms, my elbows often get really sore and hurt after a flight. So it's very important to move. So you're just kind of rounding, lifting the chest, arching. And then we're going to roll the shoulders. Make some big circles. And circle the other way. And you want to make sure you feel your shoulder blades sliding up and down your back as you do this. Now we're going to do a little twist. I'm going to put my right hand on my left leg, and maybe my other hand will be on the armrest or on my leg. And I'm gonna sit up really tall, and from my belly button, I'm gonna twist to the left. So that twist is starting at the belly button, not at your low back. And you're just kind of going up to your chest. Little twist, take a breath. And other side, so you come back to center. And then your left hand will be on your right leg. You're gonna sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist to the right. And if you get some of that Ujjayi breathing going, maybe this person in front of you will want to stay out of your way. So you can have that nice deep breath. And come on back to center. And we can just make some little circles from the waist. So this is a very small circle, but it's still giving you a lot of benefit. And you can circle the other way. You can hear my squeaky chair. And then we're going to get down to legs. One thing I recommend is wearing compression socks when you're on a flight. That's going to kind of give you help with your circulation in your calves. It can help prevent blood clots. I always wear them on a flight, so I keep them in my carry-on bag if it's a hot summer day, and when I get on the plane, then I put them on. So I think that's a really good thing to do. First thing we're going to do with our legs is just engage the muscles. So we're just going to squeeze the muscles of the thighs. So I don't know how much you can see, but I'm just kind of squeezing, tightening, tensing these muscles, and then letting go. So that's happening in the top of my thighs, underneath my thighs, my hamstrings, and the glutes. So I'm squeezing and letting go, squeezing and letting go. I'm going to do the same thing with my lower legs. I'm going to come up on the tippy toes and then put my heels down. Tippy toes, I'm squeezing my calves, heels down. And then I'm going to lift my right knee toward my chest. I'm going to point and flex my foot. And I'm going to circle the ankle, and do that in both directions. And if you can, if you have the flexibility, you can put that ankle on your knee and stretch your leg like this. So you can lightly press against it. You can lean forward. That'll give you a nice hip stretch. So if you don't have the flexibility, don't worry. Just do what you can. And bring that leg down. Same thing here. I'm going to bring this knee into the chest, point, and flex my foot a couple of times. Rotate the ankle, other direction. And then only if it works for you, you can put your foot on your other knee, and you can just kind of gently press your hand into it. I'm not trying to move my knee toward the floor. I'm just giving it a little press and leaning forward. Even just coming forward an inch feels really good. Gives you a nice hip stretch. Make sure you're breathing. And come on back down. And this last one may or may not work out. I used to do this in coach all the time, but as they brought the seats closer and closer, it's really hard for me to do it. So I never do it unless this person in front of me has gone up and gone to the bathroom or something. They're going to not be very happy if they feel your foot near their head. So make sure there's nobody in front of you, unless you're in first class or something, you have plenty of room. You also need to be kind of flexible to do this in your seat. So if you can't do it, don't worry about it. Don't ever worry about what you can't do. Just focus on what you can do. So on this one, I would bring my knee into my chest, hold onto my foot, and just kind of get a little stretch like this. Feels so good for my hamstrings. But again, make sure this person's not here. And other side. So knee into the chest, grab your foot. And that's about it. Another little quick tip is you might want to bring a tennis ball with you on a flight. So when if your thighs start to feel sore and tired, you can put the tennis ball underneath your thigh or underneath your rear end and just kind of get a little more circulation there. They also sell footrests, collapsible footrests that you can put on the floor, and it raises your feet off the ground and your thighs off the chair. So if you have a little space and your thighs aren't pressing down onto the chair, that helps a lot. So happy travels. Make sure you do your stretching wherever you are. Have a great day. Namaste.